I'm sure we've all heard of the story between Adam Levine and his mistress that's been exposed to the general public recently. I've been patiently waiting on the sidelines as more information has come out about what's really happened here, and I want to break it down piece by piece. I want to start off by saying both the people involved are absolutely stupid, Adam and Sumner. However, Sumner over here is using the fact that she consensually hooked up with a married man while sober, while being an adult, as an excuse to sell more Lonely Hand subscriptions, which is shameful in every stretch of the imagination.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
First, I want to show you guys the first video she made regarding this situation, which kind of started it all off.
Essentially, I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model.
Bruh.
At the time, I was young, I was naive, and quite frankly, I feel exploited. I wasn't in the scene like I am now, so I was definitely very easily manipulated.
Quite frankly, I feel exploited? We're only like 12 seconds in and my head is about to explode. We are about the same age. You absolutely did not get exploited. You did not get exploited into answering a DM, flying across the country, getting a hotel, taking a shower, getting ready, putting makeup on, and then getting into a car, going to wherever this man was located, then consensually doing something that you knew was wrong, and then exposing that to the general public. How do you get exploited that hard?
Maroon 5 is practically elevator music at this point, so I'm sure you know who Adam Levine is. But Adam and I were seeing each other for about a year. After I stopped talking to him over, a period of months, this is how he came back into my life. He said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious.
Adam Levine is so cringe. Let's be honest here. The guy's probably got over 100 bodies, triple digits, and this is how you court such beautiful, respectable women? The name is garbage anyways. Sumner? Who in their right mind would name their male child Sumner? Even if you're gonna go with Sumner, just go with Summer.
I was like, I'm in hell. I have to be in hell at this point.
Bro, you are in hell by choice. Assuming this is hell, literally all you have to do to stop hell is block this man, not even his phone number, on Instagram. Do you guys know how easy it is to not talk to someone? You just have to not respond.
My morals were unknowingly compromised. I was completely manipulated.
Yes, I hate when I unknowingly hook up with married men while sober.
I handled this privately. I never wanted to come forward because obviously I know the implications that come with doing what I do, making money the way I do, and being an Instagram model.
Yeah, the implications of men paying you money to see pictures of you naked that are on Reddit, Twitter, and Google for free. You are not an Instagram model, you are a thought, dude.
So being tied to a story like this, it's like, I know the stereotypes. I had sent some screenshots recklessly to a few friends I thought I trusted.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And one of them had attempted to sell to a tabloid. So here I am.
Oh, okay, so you wanted to kill the story the tabloid had, so you made a video discussing the exact same thing, just in a form of communication that gets infinitely more views than any tabloid could ever get in 2022, and not to sell more subscription services? Oh, okay.
Quite frankly, I feel exploited.
So that's it for the first video. You could tell this grown woman here has absolutely no remorse for what's occurred, but it gets worse. Let's move on to the second video she made in response to this one.
Wanted to make a part 2. I feel like it's obviously necessary. Hindsight is 2020. I initially wanted to go in and talk about how remorseful I feel and how embarrassed and disgusted I am with myself, but
Not the cap.
I didn't want people to look at it and think like, oh, she's playing the victim. But in reality, it had the opposite effect. Something I now realize I didn't touch on enough was the fact that one of my friends had attempted to sell it, which I realized yesterday whenever they reached out to me for comment. And so I was completely frantic. That is why that video is, for one, just so all over the place, and two, why I didn't touch on some of the things that I initially would have liked. So in this video, I would like to address some of those things. I only came forward because I wanted to kill whatever story the tabloid had. The most important part that I did definitely gloss over is the fact that I was under the impression that their marriage was over.
You couldn't have possibly thought this. How? When someone gets a divorce, specifically one of the most famous musicians of all time, it gets heavily publicized. Articles come out, TikToks are made, the whole nine. How could you have possibly thought this? Google it. You'll find the answer to your false impression.
I believe that they were keeping it quiet to avoid the negative press because, as I had said, I was new to LA.
Bruh.
So I just assumed that with celebrities of that caliber, that that's just how it was.
So because she was new to LA, she didn't understand how to use Google. I can't believe I even have to say this, but nobody is divorced until you're divorced, regardless of your geographical location. It is as simple as that. Being new to LA is not an excuse to have intercourse with a married man.
And that's why I feel exploited, because he knew I believed everything that he said because of my vulnerable position of being new to LA.
That is blasphemy. That is blasphemy, okay? Blasphemy. People need to go to hell for saying that nonsense.
Also, he was DMing me straight from his verified Instagram account. I didn't have any reason to further question it.
Because he's verified on Instagram, you had to answer the DMs of a married man? Obviously, he shouldn't have been DMing in the first place, but if he is, assuming he's not a complete moron, which isn't out of the question, it takes two to tango. If I got DMs in writing from a married woman, I'm not interested in any context. Simple as that. I'm not going to willingly participate in the home wrecking of someone's family. I'll leave it to someone else with no morals to go ahead and do that.
I now realize that that was likely a manipulation tactic of his, just hiding in plain sight. As soon as I had realized that was not the case, I had cut things off with him. In retrospect, I wish I would have questioned things more. I wish it wasn't so naive, but, being naive is not an excuse for what I did in the role I played in this. Again, in no way was I trying to gain sympathy, and I fully realize I'm not the victim in this. I'm not the one who's really getting hurt here. It's Beati and her children, and for that, I'm so, so sorry.
No, you are not getting hurt in this. Nobody is saying that. I guarantee her income has multiplied by at least 10x since she made this video. Her saying she got hurt in this situation is like me saying, I'm so sick of Summer Rae DMing me on Instagram, harassing me and telling me she wants to fuck. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Next, I want to check out Adam's response to this whole thing. So, Adam, stick to singing. Talking and typing is not it for you. I've never seen such poor attempts at flirting by someone as objectively successful as Adam Levine. First of all, why in the world are you flirting through text? Be a tad bit more discreet if you're going to be cheating on your wife. You had an affair, do not deny that. It's obvious. If you do it once, you are going to do it again. You don't just wake up and cheat by accident. This is not the first time or the last time that Adam is going to be sleeping with other women that are not his wife. There's a certain line that people with morals do not even think about crossing. This is one of them. Like his children, all three of them are going to have worse lives because they are going to, at one point or another, literally get bullied because their mom got publicly cheated on and did nothing about it. Even if they just came out and said, hey guys, we have an open relationship, this is a part of it, we're all good here. That's a better response than this garbage. You're going to deny it? Come on, man, this is the opposite of proactive in every stretch of the imagination. Just tell the truth. This is not 1940. Tons of people have open relationships, and this is most likely one of them. If there's one thing that we've learned here today, for the 10% female side of my audience that's watching this, just be the polar opposite of Mrs. Sumner over here. Take what she does and her lack of ability to string together 2 sentences in a row and just do the polar opposite. This is what happens when you rely too much on your looks and lack any ability to take accountability for your own actions, and play the victim card after you expose yourself for being a consensual homewrecker in an attempt to produce income for yourself.
You need Jesus, man.